Hey everybody. All right, so who is ready to learn about our new products? I'm sure you've seen all over social media, and if you were at convention, that Regimen Fields launched 2 new products this past week, and it is, for reference, it is the end of September 2019. And they are ready to launch to our customers next week. So it is time for us to buff up on our language and learn what these products do, what the ingredients are, and how to market them, okay? If you have watched my product training in the past, then you know that I really love to learn the details, and I love to learn the ins and outs of the ingredients and how they're gonna work together and what all they are going to do for our skin, but that is typically not what your customers want to know. Your customers want to know what it is going to do for their skin and how it's going to make their skin look. Okay, so those are the main things that we really need to hang on to. I may go a little bit more in detail, but the things that you need to write down and hang on to are what it's going to do for their skin and how it's going to make them look. Those are the main things that your customers want to know. All right, jumping in, let's start with our recharge regimen. So Recharge Regimen is targeted for those 20-somethings. Previously, we have not had anything in our product portfolio that is specifically for that age group. We have all kinds of aging things and adult acne, and we have teenage acne, but what about those 20-somethings that don't really have huge skincare concerns, right? So they may not have crazy acne, or they may not have a ton of wrinkles yet, but they are complaining of just a bunch of little tiny concerns. So dullness or blotchiness or just tired looking skin. This regimen is specifically for that age group. Now, I want to be careful not to push that selling point too much that it is just for the 20s, because there are plenty of us in our 30s and 40s that are using this regimen and have completely fallen in love with it. And so I'll kind of explain maybe how you can market to those specific age groups as well. All right, so what Regimen Fields found out, this regimen is smart, you guys. It is so smart, because what they did is they really studied that 20-something demographic. And that 20-something demographic are exposed to different daily stressors, and they are also just starting to deplete in vitamins that have been rich in their skin from birth. So there are a couple of different metabolism shifts that are going on in your 20s, and you're naturally starting to deplete of a regimen or of a vitamin called glutathione. You're naturally starting to deplete of vitamin E, and those are the 2 main ones that 20-something skin start to naturally deplete in that age range. And so when they found that, they realized that whatever we targeted for the 20-somethings really needed to be vitamin rich, okay? So who is it for? It is for 20-somethings that are complaining of tired, blotchy, dull, dehydrated skin. The reason they're typically complaining of that is because they are exposed to so many environmental aggressors. And that is going to be like daily pollution, UV rays, blue screens on their phone, on their iPads, on their computers. That blue screen over time also tends to insult the skin. And so Regimen Fields are attacking this regimen with multi-med therapy the same way the rest of our regimens are. And it's a 3-step. So for this age group, they're trying to make it a little bit simpler, quick and easy. They don't necessarily need to do 4 and 5 steps at night. And a lot of times they won't commit to that. So this is a simple 2-step at night and then 3-step in the morning. Okay, the key words that you want to use with this regimen are balance, boost, and defend. Okay, so those are the 3 things we're going to do. It is going to balance the skin texture and the moisture level. It's going to boost the skin's defense system. So where the skin has gotten tired and is not good at warding off environmental aggressors, it is going to come back and boost their natural skin defense system. And then it's going to defend against daily stressors, okay? The main vitamin in this regimen is actually patent pending by Regimen Fields. It's called the Electri-5 complex. And the Electri-5 complex boasts 5 things that is essentially like all you need to really know and tell your people is that it's a super vitamin. Okay, so it's a super rich vitamin for their skin. What I like to know is what those things are. And just for your info, it is electrolytes. Those are to rebuild moisture. Antioxidants, those build the skin's defense system against stress. Prebiotics balance out your skin's natural bacteria level. Peptides are good for redness, inflammation, and fine lines. And then superfruits are to nourish and defend. So that's what makes up that Electra 5 complex. But what your people need to know is that the Electra 5 complex, unique to Regimen and Fields, is just a super rich vitamin for their skin. All right, so let's quickly go over the 3 steps. The step 1 is a 3-in-1 super cleanser. It's our one and only cleanser that actually will remove makeup, dirt, and debris from their day. If you haven't tried it yet, it's awesome. It's a gel-based cleanser that has just a tiny little bit of grit or exfoliant to it. And it lightly lathers just a little bit, which is what helps remove the dirt and the oil. And then step 2 is an ultra moisturizing boosting treatment. And what is awesome about it is people that are prone to acne, like I tend to not be able to use much else except for Unblemished, but people that are prone to acne are looking for oil-free, lightweight, greaseless products. And so this step 2 boosts the moisture, but is still very weightless and fast absorbing. It feels awesome. It smells awesome, but it also has an extra defense mechanism that decreases signs of stress because of that Electra 5 complex, that super vitamin. All right. And then step 3, of course, will only be used in the morning. It has an SPF of 30, and y'all, if y'all haven't tried it, you got to try it. It is oil-free. I actually have it on today. It is oil-free, and it actually has a primer in it. And so for this specific age group, they tend to be makeup gurus, and they tend to know that you've got to have a primer before your makeup goes on. So this step that has SPF in it that acts as a primer leaves your skin with a matte finish. It's almost like a fine powder. I don't know how to describe it. You have to try it. It smells amazing, but it leaves your skin with a matte finish so that you're not getting that oil or kind of that shiny look throughout the day. All right, I think that's about it for that. I could go into all the ingredients, but that's okay. That's the main things that you need to know is kind of who to target that for and what how the main steps work. Now, other ways that you may be able to target other age groups with that regimen is simply just what I just told you, is it's the only face wash that will actually remove makeup. And so I've heard several girls saying they're going to use that as their face wash to remove their makeup and then start an actual regimen. That also is a great one to leave in the shower if you're not good about taking a mask into the shower or putting it on before you get in the shower as just a quick wash. And then that step 3 really could be for anyone. Of course, all of our regimens have a last step with an SPF in it. But if they're wanting to try something different that minimizes the shine control and also acts as a primer so that you can essentially take out another step of their makeup, then you could target that towards any age group. Okay, let's move on to our pore cleansing system. So everyone's kind of nicknamed that thing the sucker, but I don't have it with me, but it is a device that the doctors had originally developed in their office. They showed us a picture of it at convention, and it was hysterical the way they had like rigged up this tubing to the suction machine. But this device essentially combines 3 things that are needed in a hydrofacial, and that is facials that are to clean the skin, restore the moisture, and then to extract blackheads. Okay, so those 3 things that you need for those kinds of facials is exfoliation, so gentle exfoliation to remove dead skin or unclog pores, suction, and then gentle pressure. And combining those 3 things is essentially what you're going to get in a dermatology hydrofacial, okay? Now, again, the doctors are smart in how they did this, is that they have a prep solution. So the prep solution goes on first, and it is packed with different acids. So there's a salicylic acid, there's a glycolic acid, which those all sound kind of harsh. They're not harsh, they're very gentle. But the purpose of those is twofold, really maybe threefold, but the first purpose is you're mostly targeting the T-zone. So you're going to put that prep solution on forehead, nose, and then chin area. And it is, the acids in that are to gently exfoliate the top of the clogged pores. So if we can gently exfoliate and get some of that rough, hard skin off the top and start to break down some of that debris, it's going to make the suction and the extraction much easier. All right. It also works to help the tool as you're actually suctioning. It helps to actually help the tool glide across your skin easier. And then the last part, which is really smart, is it acts as a lubricant. So it starts to get down into the pore. So if you have a very stubborn blackhead or clogged pore, it works to get down into that pore and actually lubricate it so that when you do go to suction in one spot, the extraction should be a little bit quicker and easier. Okay, so 3 ways that really works. And that prep solution is important. I would not try to use the suction, the pore and cleansing system section without putting the prep solution on first. Another thing to say about that is if you have someone that comes to you and says, I did the tool and I didn't see anything, I couldn't get anything out. Well, they still got great exfoliation. But what they may need to do is every night leading up, maybe 3 nights, 5 nights leading up to when they're going to use the tool, is use a little bit of that prep solution in that T-zone. So that's going to be your forehead, again, your nose, and your chin. And that will gently start to soften clogged pores and start to exfoliate some of the debris that's clogging the pores, making the suction tool work a little bit better the next time that they try it. Okay. The good thing about this is most people are getting instant gratification, so they love that. You can actually see in the tip if you have gotten oil out or blackheads out. There are 2 tips. The first tip is just for pore cleansing, and that's what you want to use first, regardless if you have some blackheads to work on. The tool comes with a booklet, and I would recommend that you read it and really encourage all of your customers to read it. It tells you that there are different suction levels, and so you can start with a very soft, gentle suction, and that has been plenty of suction for most of us, or you can amp it up to kind of a higher suction if you're working on a stubborn blackhead. But have them read that and really learn how to turn the machine on and how to change the tips. There are 2 tips, like I said. The first one is to cleanse the pores, and most people will even notice just that the pores look cleaner. Their skin in that area look cleaner. They may look smaller. The skin may look tighter. And then the second tip has a spring device in it that is a little bit more specific for targeting a specific area of blackheads or a specific blackhead. And you can pass over all areas 3 times. If you don't want to pass over more than 3 times, and then you can attempt a blackhead extraction 3 times, and you don't want to attempt more than that, just as not to bruise the skin. I would go ahead and warn your customers that this can leave you red. So you want to use this at night and only once a week. Most of the time, the redness is completely gone by the morning, and if not, it's usually gone within 24 hours. But as long as they're using the device correctly by reading the instructions and learning how to break suction, you don't want to pull it straight off of you. You need to kind of roll the device to break the suction. Then they shouldn't experience too much trouble. Okay. And the way to kind of remind people about that is 3 strikes, you're out. So if you've done 3 strikes or 3 passes and you don't see anything in the tip, or you've tried on a blackhead 3 times, 3 strikes, you're out. You're going to use that pore prep solution in the meantime and then try again in 1 week. This system can be targeted at any age group. So it is okay to use for any age group. If they have very thin, sensitive skin, may not be great for them. You may want to really encourage them to try it on the inside of their arm first, or maybe their lower jaw, neck area, and just go very slow. Okay. The great selling point for this is that it has like a 2-year shelf life, so it's going to work for several years, but the tips are disposable. So it can be shared among many family members. So if you've got a family, of course, that has multiple parents and then multiple teenagers, they can all use the same device as long as they're just exchanging the tips so that they're not spreading bacteria. And that's it. It's pretty easy. It's pretty friendly, user-friendly. That was backwards. It's pretty user-friendly. And I think the more that we use it and the more that our customers use it, we're going to really learn some kind of troubleshooting tips for all of that. But 2 great, awesome new products for markets that we haven't been in yet, which is those 20-somethings. But again, the pore cleansing system that can be used for anybody. So hope that this was helpful for y'all. Hope that you feel like you've got a little more information in your back pocket as we launch this product on October 1st for our customers. And good luck, everybody. I hope you get tons of sales and that you sound super smart with your new knowledge. Bye.